To the coronavirus pandemic, new restrictions now in effect in New Jersey as of a few minutes ago.
They come amid growing concern that next week's Thanksgiving holiday could turn into a super spreader event. CBS News' John Diaz live this morning in Hoboken with more. John?
Yeah, good morning, Chris. Good morning, Mary. And all three tri-state area governors continue to worry about the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday, saying that this year the holiday season is going to look different. It will not be normal, and it is up to everyone to avoid any sort of gathering that could be a COVID-19 super spreader.
The curve is going straight up, and it's just dangerous.
Dan and Laura Vermont of Bergen County have officially canceled Thanksgiving plans with family.
We have elderly relatives, and we just don't get to go visit them.
The state health department strongly advises families not to take residents out of long-term care facilities for the holidays this year, and say if they do, those residents will need to quarantine upon return. Governor Murphy's new state restriction also limits private gatherings to a maximum of 10 people indoors and 150 people outdoors, with the exception of certain religious or political gatherings, weddings, and funerals.
I feel like a lot of people, they sort of have a very short-term mindset to things, and then that's why things are just not getting better.
Over the weekend, New Jersey's daily infection counts surpassed its peak case numbers from the spring. Granted, testing capacity is higher now, but hospitalizations are also rising.
I think our peak hospitalization in the spring was 8,300. We're now at about 1,900, 2,000. So thank God we're not at those levels, but it's going to get worse.
Over the river, New York's infection rates are also rising, but there are 89% fewer hospitalized COVID patients in the state than there were in April.
Now the curve is going up, so you don't know what numbers we will have soon.
New York City's weekly infection rate is at 2.77%, which means schools can stay open for now, since it's below the 3% threshold agreed on by the mayor and teachers union.
I want schools open. But if we have to close temporarily, the goal is a very fast turnaround. That was the promise I made to everyone, to parents, to the whole school community, teachers, staff, everyone. So I think it's important to keep consistency with that promise as we're dealing with this new challenge.
The positivity rate in schools is far lower than the city's average at 0.19% through November 12th.
Why not leave the children in the schools rather than have them run around the streets where the infection rate is 5 times as high?
Meantime, college students returning home to Connecticut for Thanksgiving will be met with new rules. Students must quarantine for 2 weeks right before or after coming home, and they must get one negative test before and another after returning to the state.
We can't enforce this. I'm going to have to depend upon your good judgment.
And back here in New Jersey, new restrictions on indoor gatherings went into effect a few minutes ago. That went into effect at 6 o'clock this morning. As for outdoor gatherings, well, new restrictions on that goes into effect on Monday. We're live this morning from Hoboken, New Jersey. John Diaz, CBS 2 News.
Okay, John, thanks.